Most people just have piss poor habits. And, I've had these same habits for about 50 years now, okay? About 50 years. And I don't even think about it. I mean, it's just like brushing my teeth, taking a shower. I just do it. And one of the other interviews that I did with you, I said, when I do feel wimpish, which isn't too often, I just say, what's wrong with you, you cunt? Come on. And I just go out and do it. And I do that about my entire life. Everything about it. And I know that if I hadn't built up these habits 20, 30 years ago, at age 70, I certainly wouldn't be doing this, because I haven't had to work in a long time, since my middle 30s. So half my life, I've had the wherewithal to not have to work. And a lot of people, a lot of reelers, ask me, how do you get up in the morning? What motivates you to get up in the morning? One of my goals for this year was to go to the gym twice a day. Not once a day, twice a day. And of course, I don't go to a gym per se. I have gyms in my home. So I got to walk 50 feet or 50 yards or something. So it's not like I got to get in a car. But, if I didn't, if I had to get in a car, I'd still do it. And because, working out is part of my lifestyle. And I mean, good habits are hard to come by. But what's even harder to come by are people that have good habits that you can be around. That's even tougher.
Why is that?
Because you are, as I've said before, you are the average of the 5 people that you spent the most time with growing up. That's normally your dad, your mom, blah, blah, blah. But show me your friends now and I'll show you your future. And most of the guys, not just watching this program, but most of the guys and gals on the planet, let's go out and have a drink after work. You don't say, oh, well, he's a high performer. She's a pisshead. That's not how you pick the group, is it? A bunch of guys get in a car or they get in the lift, go downstairs, walk across the street to the pub, right? Right. Well, next, if you think about it, okay, well, I really don't mind having a drink with those 2 people over there. So why don't you initiate the request and say, why don't you and I, the 3 of us, go have a drink? Let's say that they're your supervisors. They're people that you look up to. They're more successful than you are, as opposed to the way that you do it now.
So people don't spend enough time selecting that peer group, even
Correct.
if they have the good habits. You're
Correct.
saying that's not enough.
Yeah, because they go to default.
Okay. What are some of your other good habits before we move on? You said, well, working out I know is one of them, but what are some of them, if you had to pick 3 or 4, that highlight you as a high performer?
I never give tacit approval.
What does that mean?
Tacit approval is you say some bullshit, okay? And I don't say anything, I'm quiet. Or I might even consciously or unconsciously shake my head like that. That's giving you tacit approval that I either agree or don't disagree enough to open my fucking mouth. So then now you go away to tell the other reelers, well, Dan agrees with that. Well, that's bullshit. So I go out of my way. And that's not one of the things that scares me, but I go out of my way to make sure that if I hear bullshit, I tell them it's bullshit.
That's a good habit in life because it just keeps you with the right people. It
Correct.
gets your message out loud and clear.
Correct. And especially in my position, because a lot of people follow me, it's even more important. Yourself included. More people follow you than follow me. So, I mean, it's even more important. But most of the people that are in what I call the personal development game do just the opposite because they want to sell them something. They've got something to sell. And after they've sold them something, Brian, they've got something to upsell them. And then they got another upsell and another upsell. I have no fucking upsells. I give everything away. The only place I make people put skin in the game, if you want my free mentoring program at the end of the seminar, you got to pay to get to the seminar. But as I've told you before, and I told, with the greatest respect, BBC earlier before I got here, I used to do the fucking seminars for free. Fucking free. And put 700, 800, 900 people in a goddamn hotel auditorium at the airport.
But it didn't work because they didn't have skin in the game.
It didn't work.
Right. And now what do they pay, roughly, to come
20
see you?
grand.
Okay. Dollars.
Sterling.
Sterling. Okay. And that's the way that works because you get them with skin in the game. All right. No tacit approval. Good. Give me a couple more.
Well, you already said working out. no tacit approval. Clean my Sam Walton's sundown rule. That means that before he left the office every day, until he died, until he got sick, everything on his desk, every message that came in, letter, etc. I don't think he was into emails. He answered. If nothing more, he had one of his assistants, same as I do, get back and say, Brian, Mr. Pena saw your message, and he'll get back to you by the day after tomorrow. At least he's saying he got the message, but he didn't have time to answer it right now. So I clear my desk, Sam Walton's sundown rule, every day. And some days, I normally go to sleep between 11:30 and 12. But the days that you get emails or people that get emails from me at 1:30, 1:45, or 2, it's because I was implementing Sam Walton's sundown rule. So that's a great habit.
Sounds like over-communicate. That's what you do. You don't give tacit approval. You get back to people quickly.
I get back to people quickly. In that line, I can't begin to tell you how many times I get through one of my 3 assistants, or personally, I couldn't believe how quickly he got back to me. Now, I once taught, this is a lot of years ago, one of the big guys that runs one of the big banks here in the city, 69 days to get back to me. God, Allah, Buddha, the President of the fucking United States shouldn't have to take 69 days to reply. And it was a yes or no. It wasn't some thing he had to think through. I jumped on that cocksucker. I remember Sally and I took him out to dinner. It took me another 4 or 5 months to get a dinner, and all I did was give him a bollocking. The whole fucking time. I busted his balls. He said he wanted to bring 2 or 3 people with him. Fine. Why do you want that? And he said, because it'll be a learning experience for them. He didn't really know how much of a learning experience. And I said, I'm going to be myself, so-and-so. So you can bring as many as you want. And I ripped him a new fucking rectum. And those people around him had never seen him respond or not respond to getting a bollocking. Does everybody understand bollocking? A ball busting.
Yeah.
And Sally just, my right leg was all black and blue because that was Sally kicking me under the table. And she says, Dan, and then I got up before dinner and made him pay. I got up, normally that's not how I do it, but Sally, we got to go. Well, the check's not here, so he'll take care of it, don't worry. He brought 3 of his stooges anyway.
All right, so over-communicate, and other people should too.
Okay.
Here's a rough example, and this isn't anything proprietary, but this is a rough example of what one of your communications looked like. Just all caps and reds. I don't know if anyone can see it here. To watch the rest of this fascinating interview, click on the link below and go to LondonRealAcademy.com. There you can sign in with your social media, log in and watch the rest of the episode for free, along with all of our episodes on London Real, my webinars, and all of our premium content, all located over at LondonRealAcademy.com. So click on the link below. You'll be directed there and you can watch the rest of this fascinating interview, and I'll see you there.